Some cruisers always seem to end up with spotless cabins, little surprises, and top-notch service. And it's almost never luck. The real secret: your cabin steward. These crew members work incredibly hard and juggle a lot of cabins at once. They notice who makes their job easier and they remember it. Here are 14 simple things cabin stewards love that you do. Some are common sense, others are real insider moves. And number 14 isn't about money, but it might be the most powerful thing you do all cruise. 1. Use the door sign like a pro. Do not disturb. Make up room sign is more than a courtesy, it's your steward's schedule map. Many of them think of it as their hallway GPS. Heading out? Flip it to please make up room so they know it's go time. Sleeping, changing, or relaxing. Leave it on do not disturb, but only while you truly don't want to be interrupted. One of their biggest frustrations is the D&D dilemma, when guests leave the make-up room sign out, but are still inside. That forces stewards to knock, wait, and come back later, breaking their rhythm. When you use the sign intentionally switching it on your way to breakfast. For example, you help them plan, save time, and get your cabin done quickly and well. 2. Keep the cabin floor clear. This one is simple, but huge. Stewards love it. When your floor isn't a minefield of shoes, clothes, and bags, a clear floor means they can vacuum and mop properly. They don't have to play human Tetris with your belongings just to clean. Use the closets, shelves, and luggage racks. It takes you a minute, and it lets them give you a genuinely fresh, clean cabin without having to move your whole wardrobe. 3. Follow the unspoken towel coat. Towel confusion slows them down more than you'd think. That's why stewards appreciate guests who understand the usual towel code. Towel on the floor, especially in the bathroom, equals please replace this. Towel hanging on a rack or hook equals I'll reuse this one. If your towels are draped over a chair, bed, or random surface, they have to guess, replace, or leave. That little pause, repeated over dozens of cabins, adds up. Clear signals help them work faster and more confidently. 4. Put all your trash in one place size. They'll empty your bins every day, but they love it when you consolidate your trash. Instead of leaving wrappers on the desk, bottles on the nightstand, receipts in random drawers, try to toss everything into the main trash bin or a single bag. That way they're not on a treasure hunt for garbage under the bed and behind pillows. It makes their job quicker and keeps your cabin looking and smelling better. 5. Handle room service trays the right way. How you deal with your finished room service tray says a lot about how considerate you are as a guest. On many cruise lines, the best move is to leave the tray inside your cabin and either call room service for pickup or let your steward handle it during service. This keeps narrow corridors clear, which is especially important for guests using mobility aids or rollators. If your specific cruise line asks you to leave trays in the hallway like Carnival often does, do it thoughtfully. Place the tray neatly against the wall near your door, never in the middle of the walkway. Late at night, if you can, wait until morning or call for pickup. Instead of leaving food out in the corridor, those small choices make life easier and safer for everyone, including the crew. 6. Master The art of the personal tip. Automatic gratuities are a big part of a steward's income, but a personal, hand-to-hand tip means something different. It says, "I see you, and I appreciate you." Cruisers handle this in a few ways. Tip on day one. Set a warm tone right away. A simple thank you in advance with a tip can create an instant connection. Tip at the end. Feels like a true thank you for service already given. Tip daily in small amounts. A steady drip of appreciation. Tip a few times. Once at the start, once mid-cruise, and once at the end, building rapport all week. Stewards often care less about the exact amount and more about the sincerity behind it. The gesture itself, done kindly, sticks with them. 7. Be friendly but respect their time. Warm, respectful interaction can brighten your steward's entire day, but they're also on a tight schedule. Things they appreciate: a genuine smile and good morning using their name. Good evening, Maria. The room looks great, thank you. Short, positive comments that acknowledge their hard work. Things to skip: overly personal comments about their appearance, awkward nicknames, long chats that stop them from getting their cabins done. If magic formula is friendly, brief, and respectful, you treat them like a person, not just part of the background, and that means a lot. 8. Leave simple, polite. Notice in a busy ship, it's easy to miss each other. That's where a small note works wonders. Examples: could we please have extra ice for tonight's turn down? Thank you. If possible, can you convert the beds to a queen today? This is a dream scenario for stewards. Clear, written requests they can act on without knocking or guessing. Notes are also a great way to share appreciation. Thank you for taking such great care of our cabin today. That tiny piece of paper might be the nicest thing they see all day. 9. Use the safe for their sake too. Of course, you should protect your passport, cash, and jewelry. But using the in-cabin safe also protects your steward. When valuables are left lying around, like watches, phones, or envelopes of cash, and later go missing or get misplaced, it can create stressful, uncomfortable situations for the crew. Even though they're trained never to touch your belongings, when you lock valuables in the safe, you avoid misunderstandings. Make it clear you trust the process. Let your steward focus on cleaning instead of worrying about what's left out. You get peace of mind, and they get to work without that extra layer of anxiety. 10. Don't leave food sitting out. A quick snack in the cabin? Totally fine. Leaving plates of half-eaten food or open containers out for hours? Not so great. Old food leads to lingering smells. Tiny pests like fruit flies a less pleasant cabin for. Ever your steward's dread dealing with the aftermath of forgotten food. By tossing leftovers promptly or sending trays back, you help them keep your cabin fresh, clean, and comfortable. 11. Reuse towels when you can. Reusing towels is no longer just about the environment, it's a real help to the crew. When you hang your towel, to reuse it instead of tossing it on the floor every day, you save them from hauling and replacing extra loads of laundry. That time and energy can go into other parts of your cabin, more detailed cleaning, extra tidying. Little touches that make your room feel especially well cared for. It's a small choice with a big ripple effect for the planet and your steward. 12. Bring a small, thoughtful gift if you want to be the guest they never forget. Consider bringing a tiny, practical gift from home. Nothing bulky, just something useful, like high-quality socks for long shifts, a set of good pens, an international phone card, travel-sized toiletries. That might be hard for them to pick up, and one next-level gesture when you're heading off the ship. Politely ask, "Can I bring you anything small from town? A snack or something you might need?" They may say no, but the offer itself is incredibly kind and memorable. It shows you see them as a person, not just part of the service. 13. Report problems to them first. If something's not working in your cabin, a dripping tap, a flickering light, a clogged drain, your first instinct might be to call guest services. But your steward often prefers and appreciates that you tell them directly and politely first. They usually have a direct line to maintenance and can get someone there faster. Track the issue. Take ownership of solving it for you. This not only speeds things up, but also shows you trust them to help. A calm, respectful heads-up benefits everyone. 14. Give the thank you that actually boosts their career. The simplest, most powerful gesture might be this: a sincere thank you and a name check after your cruise. Before you leave, take a moment to shake their hand, look them in the eye, say something like, "Thank you for taking such great care of us this week." Then, when you receive the post-cruise survey from the cruise line, mention your steward by name. Add a short note about their great service. These written mentions aren't just nice words. They can lead to bonuses, promotions, stronger future contracts. It costs you nothing but a few minutes, and it can genuinely help their career. In the end, it's not about huge tips or grand gestures. It's about respect, kindness, and being just a little more thoughtful. When you make your steward's job easier and show you appreciate them, you'll almost always see it reflected in cleaner cabins, smoother service, and sometimes those extra little perks that make a cruise unforgettable.